perfect time. I just started this. Okay, yeah, that was perfect timing.
Of human beings off the sidewalk, us homeless folks like we are trapped. It's a really interesting piece because the VIPs were actually part of a whole broken window theory that was started by Giuliani and it's actually continued.
Carney's just a name there.
Every across the United States of America, KKK. So I'm really glad you came out because maybe you can comment on, first of all, what Sherry just talked about the ways that, you know, you fund the small fixtures and the corporations, and then also the way that you fund these BID.
You don't need that. What's a BID?
Business Improvement District. It's what businesses put in so that their business neighborhoods can be clean, and when they're talking about clean, they're talking about getting rid of unhoused people like me. And many of us here, we're Poor People March. We're here actually as part of the Poor People March on Washington. Okay. So we'd really like a comment, please.
Well, I'm not going to make any comment on that. I was just curious. No, I mean, nobody says make a comment. I was just curious.
Of course not.
Oh, okay. Well, we are also giving a citizen's arrest for crimes against humanity. Right? Sherry, you have one?
Yes, yes.
We have a few more too, but we would really like a comment because unlike...
However, I have to call the police. I think you guys obviously have the right to protest. You believe in what you're talking about, and I served in the military. I served in a lot of different ways, and that means supporting the right to protest, right? Lawful, peaceful protest. If you move back down on the sidewalk, it would be lawful, and you can do whatever you would like to do.
Well, could one or two
And I'll tell you what, if you move down to the sidewalk, I'll check on a spokesperson.
Okay.
That's a pretty good negotiation.
Okay, and you'll come back and tell us one way or the other?
I will.
All right, all right.
Because we have some questions.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
I understand that.
And it's a conversation we'd love to have.
I said I would go check if you would go back down to the
We will.
sidewalk. All right?
Thank you.
If you guys don't, I don't want to have to call the police, but that's the next step.
All right, here we go.
Okay?
Now, as we are
Sorry,
citizens and he doesn't want to call the police.
You don't want to call the police.
He doesn't want to.
But that don't mean he won't. Right. You notice he said he don't want to. That's code language, which means y'all better
Stop
niggas
playing with that place.
Y'all niggas better get down. Because they're going to say after parade.
Okay.
You got some niggas, you got to speak about it.
Yeah. All right, we're coming down. We promise to go off the steps.
We know you're a man of your word.
Yeah, we
I appreciate that.
We honor you.
We're waiting for you. You're a man of your word.
Yes.
Well, that requires you to do your part.
And that's a nice suit. That's a nice suit. Sherry, that's a nice suit.
That's very nice.
Very nice. Seriously, yo.
I love it. It would take a man to figure out that looked like another just suit to me. I'm just saying.
Yo, you guys, this stuff is so dangerous.
I know these things.
Did anybody speak to this here?
Yes. Oh my God.
Anybody
my God.
speak to this?
Well, there's so many things to say. I mean, I don't know if Leroy or Pastor Collins like to say something. All I want to say is the notion of dreamers, which of course was co-opted by, you know, so many people now, but really dreamers were these young migrante, you know, warriors who tried to work within the system and become, quote, citizens in stolen indigenous territory. And now, thanks to Trump a clown, their, you know, little bit of access was taken away, and people are being deported across colonizer borders that aren't even real and put in detention centers. There's that part. But then there's all kinds of others. So anyone else?
Well, I would only say that it's built by dreamers. We're still dreaming of a day when we have equality, freedom, and justice.
Thank you.
I'm dreaming of a day when we're not suffering from hyper-capitalism, when we're not suffering from the exploitation. I'm dreaming of a day when the indigenous people will be recognized.
Ashe.
I'm dreaming of a day when the oppressed African people will receive reparations.
Ashe.
And I'm dreaming of a day with redistribution. That's my dream.
Ashe.
That's the dream that I had. And this is all nice little political fodder and political banter.
Right.
But if their mind and their money was where their mouth is, things will be different, and the dream will become a reality.
Ashe.
The only reality that we know of is lack of resources, lack of consideration, financial exploitation, domination,
right,
lack of housing, lack of health care, lack of basic human rights. That's our reality.
That's right.
So, two major things. Okay, go ahead, Leroy.
I also want to say that, you know, a lot of people think that I'm Martin Luther King. I got green teeth, but they don't think about Martin Luther King. They would need to be talking about police brutality.
Yes.
You know, we talk about, you know, the chickens will come back to roost.
Roost, thank you.
You know, Martin Luther King was radical at his later days, and people don't talk about the radical side of Martin Luther King.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
I want to speak on dreamers in this day and time when we talk about the undocumented immigrants. Because normally when you see that word now on TV, we're talking about those who are not being allowed to stay here, for being separated from their parents, put in cages, okay? So if they built this country, if I want to look at it like that, then why are they locked up in cages and not being allowed to continue to exist in this country?
Can I just get one more thing?
Go ahead, Pastor Collins.
I just want to say one more thing. The most dangerous immigrants came to this country in 1492.
Right.
That's when the most dangerous immigrants came.
Thank you.
They were the most dangerous. Thank you.
First of all, I like to say there are two different things going on here. First, you got America built by dreamers. For me, that's an illusion.
Yes.
That's just another rewording of the so-called American dream. The problem with the American dream for us real folk is we wake up and realize reality is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Second thing is the photos. Inside the picture, you have people of color, you have elderly, you know, you have women, okay? They are the most oppressed group in this country. You know, they can't even, they're trying to attack Medicare, Medicaid, all health care for seniors across the board.
Sorry about my son.
You know, and two of the women in there look like they're college students. They're putting all this funding into sending kids to college to so-called get a job. There ain't no jobs out there. You know, and they got the African male in there, which 90% of all African males across the country, they only are incarcerated. You know, and they're dreaming squash because the moment you become incarcerated, as far as these people are concerned, you have no rights. Even after you've done whatever you did and get back out there and try and be an active member of society, they don't see you. These are the people. They put a picture up of people that voices aren't heard. And just back to the whole sign in general, you know, if America is built by dreamers, last time I checked, I go to sleep every night, I dream. This country ain't built by me.
Poor magazine,
this
Poor People March. We just went to the Chamber of Commerce.
See, like the gentleman said, the one thing he didn't address is because we are united here, we can't go in the building. But if I showed up by myself, they would let me walk in the building and talk with somebody so they could BS me and push me out the door. But the fact that we're united as a group of the same people that they have in that picture.
That's right.
You know, we are a representation of that photo.
Oh.
They won't let us buy the door.
There you go. So let's take another photo underneath this photo of all of us. How about that? Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody.
The real dreamers.
Pablo has come.
Oh, Pablo, please. Please come on up.
Come on.
All right, so we got to to the mic.
We're gonna remake this picture.
Remake.
So we gotta maybe
Harvey.
stand up. Harvey, oh, you can take the shot.
Ready for that?
Okay, T-Boo, come on in.
Take the shot and you'll
Come on, Felicia. Come on,
real
T-Boo.
picture, Harvey.
No, just give it to
This is
him.
to take over that Photoshop Google pictures they got back here. And they need to wake up. They need to wake up and see what's really going on.
Are we ready?
We're ready.
Ready.
These are the real
People of Turtle Island, not Americland.
We are awake. We're not dreaming.
We're awake and we're definitely not dreaming.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Awake. 1, 2, 3.
All right. So,
Can we also talk about how, like, there are people in this photo as if black people came to this country of their own free will and
as if we were immigrants,
as if they were immigrants, as if they were not put into slave ships and brought against their will. That was not their dream. Their dream was to go home.
Thank you.
They were slaved by that guy with the glasses and the mustache.
Okay.
Seriously, slave master in this picture.
Pablo, exactly. Pablo, you want to say anything else on?
Nothing much. All I said, I already said what I had to say. They just need to stop that Photoshop and Google pictures. Wake the fuck up and realize what's really going on. That's it.
I want to know where the kids and the disabled are in the picture.
Okay. Thank you.
Another thing I want to ask that, so for real though, people know that what happened with net neutrality, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, speak about it. Somebody speak about it and how that connects. Apollo? No?
I mean, I could say basically net neutrality is the idea that we all have access to these digital streets, aka internet. Thanks to a sold out, and SOULED, sold out man of color, Ajit Pai, who I got mines. Now I'm part of the American dream. Let me not look behind me, beside me, or on top of me. He actually, along with, basically manifested Trump and Clown's dream to make the internet a pay-to-play system. So basically what that means, people like PPHRC and Poor Magazine and Crip Hop Nation and all the other liberators and Poor People Media and all of us trying to be about change, we will not come up when you Google search. What will come up is the politicians and the legislators that come out of and are...
See the puppets over in the White House. These people are funding them.
Yes.
And so just like a movement of slaves, we have to begin to put a face on the corporations and the CEOs that are responsible for denying us basic human rights.
That's right.
So we need to begin, just like they throughout history have put poor folks to testify before Congress with the 1.2 people that have this composition or that composition, and then they fall asleep during our testimony.
Yep.
We ain't doing that no more. We need to come to the real seat of power and begin to confront these corporations that are responsible for our death, not just here in this country. This is in solidarity with our indigenous brothers and sisters all over the entire world.
Oh, Mateo.
In Africa, in Thailand, in Korea, every place across the entire world.
Caribbean.
That are suffering as a result of these same corporations.
That's right.
I want to say that these corporations, especially in the Bay Area, they don't pay taxes.
That's right.
If we don't pay taxes, we go to jail.
That's right.
This is the actor, the black actor that didn't pay taxes. He had to go to jail. But these corporations don't pay taxes.
That's right.
The biggest employer in the Bay Area, Apple, don't pay taxes.
That's right.
Apple doesn't pay taxes.
Also, I want to say something.
You're tuning into Poor News Network at the Chamber of Commerce.
Not politically active. You don't understand what we're doing here and what we're asking you. These are the people that control the cream, okay? For those that don't understand that term, where I come from, cream means cash rules everything around me.
That's right.
They control that.
That's right.
They are what floats to the top.
That's right. Oh.
Okay, so
I notice he hasn't come back. Here, you do this one.
Yeah, it's good. He hasn't come back. Of course.
So is it time to go in? We're not going to go in?
Well, we're going to try.
Okay, let's do it. Can you please?
Wait.
What are you doing?
I think you went on lunch.
Getting back to people?
Exactly.
You talking to people in there? People, what are you doing?
They're always on lunch break.
Exactly.
You responding to
Coming into
questions?
the
Oh,
country
okay.
to
Cool.
run the
Explaining.
world.
Right? And then they go back to 2 and they're going to 4. Maybe answer a couple of
Behind the scenes. I like to get the people who don't want to be seen.
No, I actually think you broke the agreement. She was just asking the status of it, basically. I didn't ask for your input either. I just asked for the question.
Wake up where it's tumbling.
So what's going on, y'all? Real quick, let me just zoom in on it. Is that they're not letting us in, even after they locked the door on us again.
Citizens arrest for crimes against humanity. On behalf of brothers and sisters who don't have clean air, clean water,
safe housing and affordable housing.
That's right.
Safe, affordable, accessible housing, and our food, you name it.
And folks who are swept off these streets by the Business Improvement District, which was launched by the Chamber of Commerce, that is a direct attack, assault on houseless folks.
And to the gentleman that just walked by us and couldn't come here today, his comment in my ear was, we need to begin to make sure that Chamber of Commerces across this entire country know that we know who's really in charge. And we need to begin to hold simultaneous demonstrations in front of the Chamber of Commerce across this country. Because having clean air, land, water, food, and housing is not up for negotiation.
That's right.
So these guys are guilty for crimes against humanity and took back what you stole from me. Took back my dignity. Took back my feet. Under my feet. Under my feet. Ain't no one gonna walk all over me. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Oh! As we always say, 490 people will cover the senior revolution. Oh! Right. All right, guys. I guess. Hear your stories. So we will be posting in a few minutes the call-in line. If you've got a smartphone across this country, just take your phone and go find somebody living outside. We want to hear their stories today.
What time is it?
11. 11?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that means maybe we can pass it on. Okay.
Excuse me.
We'll break it out. So just cut this.
Cut.
Do it in a good way. All right, so we leaving. You're tuning into Poor News Network. That's PNN, not CNN, people. This is a live broadcast from the Chamber of Commerce. That's the Poor People's Domination Service. They are responsible for these BIDs, Business Improvement Districts, which those of you who are houseless should know about because they're the reason that they sweep our bodies off the street like we are trash. There is no corporate media here. This is the poor people-led, all folks who are houseless, formerly houseless, struggling right now with poverty, racism, incarceration. So we do need you to share this, lift these voices up, put it out there. Too, we got to get the wheelchair. Put it out to everybody and anybody you can. You heard the call, free them all. You heard the white man with the bald head say, we have nothing to say to you. You heard him play some bait and switch. One second, you heard him play a bait and switch where we were supposedly on their steps. And you heard clearly with pride that they said this